Welcome back to the Best Coaster of the Year weekly series. Last week, you guys voted for the Best Coaster of 2006. You voted against my own opinion and said Ijunaika was the best coaster of that year, and that kind of just, ooh, man, that really hurts. I get that there's a lot of hype surrounding this ride right now after a lot of people have gotten to ride it, and they say it's like better than X2 and better than a lot of things, but I don't see very many people preferring it to Voyage or El Toro very often. Now, usually Voyage and El Toro are the ones that are like top five in everybody's list because of how amazing they are and you know that sort of thing. But I guess my viewers, man, they do what they want, and you guys said that maybe we had some discrepancies in the voting process, and maybe some people got multiple counts. I don't know what really happened here, but I don't believe this one. I just don't like it. I don't know. I mean, some people like Ijanika, fine, I'll let you, but I don't think it's really that good. I don't know. I'm allowed to disagree, okay? I find it fun to discuss these things. I'm not mad at my viewers. I appreciate the changes in coaster opinions worldwide. And Ijanika looks like a very good ride. I personally did not enjoy my experience on X2, but sure, I could use a rewrite or two, and maybe this is like the complete opposite of X2, and that it's smooth and insane and awesome. So there's that. And Tatsu and Goliath, those B&Ms, they're okay, and they're not really anywhere near the realm of the other rides. But uh, yeah, so that's where I'm at with that one. Curious to see what you guys think in the comments about this one. I don't really understand it, but okay, moving on. We've got the best coaster of 2007, and you're gonna vote for one of these four coasters using the eye on the top right corner of the video. We've got Boardwalk Bullet at King Boardwalk, the Gravity Group Woody. Troy at Toverland, the GCI Woody. Maverick at Cedar Point, the Intamin Blitz, and Renegade at Valley Fair, the GCI Woody. So you can go for one of those coasters using the top, the eye, and the whatever. You know the drill. See you later. Just kidding. Haha, more 2007 coasters. We're talking about a bunch of coasters this time. We got first the S&S Screaming Squirrel Afterburner at Mysterious Island. That is a really freaking wonky ride. It's the only Screaming Squirrel that doesn't go all the way 180 degrees down. Also, I'm not sure why these aren't classified as the steepest drops in the world. Maybe it's because there's a trim brake going all the way down. I don't understand. But it's a very interesting ride. That's also the only Screaming Squirrel that's ever had a turn in it, like a turn during the drops. So it's kind of interesting. Um, and I believe this ride is for sale, or maybe it was sold. I don't know. We haven't seen it, but I know I saw it for sale on a used rides website probably a year ago. So who knows where it is now? It's a very interesting ride. It used to operate in Russia at Mysterious Island. And that's the park that now has like the Blue Flyer clone and the Intamin 10 version. So yeah, Crush's Coaster at Disneyland Paris is a custom Mauer spinner. It's like in the SC 2000, except it's got a pre-lift and it's got a lot of theming. Obviously, it's at Disneyland Paris, so that's a pretty interesting ride. We got Desiree's at Heidi Park, also opened this year. That's the Intamin launch, very similar to Rita. Not sure what the differences are. I think towards the end there's like a difference. I think Rita hit his brakes a little bit earlier, and Desert Race does an extra turn like where the brake run usually is. So maybe it's a shorter brake run. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw in the difference. Formula X at Drievliet Hanley Park. Yeah, I believe it's the Netherlands. I think so. They have a Mauer X car coaster. This picture there on the top right. It's got two inversions, two really wonky inversions, that awkward vertical loop, and then a little Heartline roll sort of roll into the brake run. It's a very cool ride, and I kind of like to see some more of these X cars built. There's only a few of them out there, so that's pretty cool. Galaxy Orbiter at Galaxyland also opened this year. That is a custom, because custom rides are the ones I like to include here, at a custom Gerstlauer spinner at Galaxyland. That is a pretty interesting looking ride. I like the color scheme. I like how it's right next to Mindbender. It looks like a very cool park, even though I hear a lot of bad things about the park, and I don't know, but I definitely like to visit it, even though it's so far out of the way, and it's one of the best indoor roller coaster experiences probably over there, so that's pretty cool. Also, Griffin at Busch Gardens Women's Work open this year. That's still what a lot of people consider to be the best dive coaster, maybe aside from Yukon Striker now, that has a much more interesting layout than all the other ones that come before it. But yeah, Griffin's still probably the best one with the non-vest restraints for sure. Um, Very cool looking ride. Unfortunately, it's not. I don't think any dive coasters will ever be good enough to make it onto one of these videos for you to vote for. But yeah, I guess we'll talk about it here. So also, Hollywood Dream the Ride at Universal Studios Japan is a B&M Hyper that released short mini one. Very interesting one. You can ride it backwards. I know it's got onboard audio. Very interesting ride. Very well themed. I hear it's got a decent floater. I mean, it's still a B&M Hyper, even though it's like a 130-foot drop or something like that. So it's the Hyper model. It's not exactly a Hyper, but yeah. I mean, a lot of people consider things that aren't hyper size, but are still the Hyper model to be a Hyper, like Steel Eel or well, I would say Bandit at Yomiuri Land is much more of a hyper than Steel Eel is, just because the elevation change is like 260 feet or something. So just some food for thought there. Some more coasters from 2007. We've got the first of the two mini Intamin Zaxxon clones, Inferno and Kernu. Inferno at Terramedica in Spain and Kernu at Lenamaki in Finland. Shoot, I forget. Finland. I'm pretty sure it's Finland. No, wait. That's yes. No, Finland is Sarkanyami. I always screw these up. Linnamaka's got to be Sweden. I really want to say it is. Speaking of Sweden, Kvastin at Groenland, that is definitely Sweden. Anyway, the Intamin Zaxpins, these are some really short little like 20-second rides. We all know these, and there's what is it? V-Pair opening at La Ronde. They relocated Green Lantern. This is what you might know the Zaxpins as, but these are actually good rides, even though they're a lot shorter. They are run correctly, and you get some really good flips, and they aren't braked like hell. And yeah, Kvastin at Groenland is a wait, who made Kvastin? Vekoma? Yeah, that's a Vekoma suspended coaster. Yeah, that is a really cool, like, intertwined Vekoma suspended. I hear it's not as good as, like, I know I've been on, what was it, Dragon Roller Coaster at Energylandia, so it's kind of like a little smaller than that one, or like, what else? Oh, Dragonflyer at Dollywood is the same one as Dragon Roller Coaster, so they're both dragons. But this is Gavaston, it's a little bit smaller, but the interaction with all the coasters around it makes it probably very cool looking ride for sure. McDoohan's Moto Coaster at Dream World, that is in Australia. That is a yellow Intamin LSM launch, kind of similar to Jubilant, except it's a much more compact ride. Looks pretty cool, not as big, not as long, but still definitely a great ride, I'm sure. I don't think I've even seen a POV of it yet, but Mystery Mine at Dollywood also opened this year. That's probably the most interesting Gerstlauer Eurofighter around. Very interesting layout. I hear good and bad things about it. I know it's got some cool theming and some nice indoor sections, but like just a really wonky ride. I hear it's got some headbanging. I hear the versions are great. I don't know. Very interesting ride though. And the two of the Tony Hawk Big Spins opened this year at St. Louis and Fiesta, Texas. That those are now known as Pandemoniums. So there you go. I think one of them was relocated somewhere. Which one was it? St. Louis was relocated. I feel like I don't know. I'm bad. I didn't do my research for this video. I made these slides like 2 weeks ago. Also, Python at Gyeongju World opened this year. That's the B&M Invert, the really weird one, kind of similar to Silver Bullet in South Korea. It's got the little swoopy corkscrew turns, and also Pirates Blast at Lagunasia opened this year. That's a Senyo Kogyo Japanese, really weird, like short but family coaster with a lot of theming. I think it once had VR on it as well. I haven't heard much about this park in a while, but I know it exists and it's a really interesting looking ride. There's a POV out there. Check it out. Moving on, we've got even more 2007 coasters. We got Pirates Hideaway at Casino Pier. That is a absolute crapshoot of a ride. I think it's made by Wisdom Rides, who can make some decent kiddie coasters, like the one opening on top of a building in Niagara Falls, on Clifton Hill Street, whatever. But this is a bad one. This is an absolute crap ride. Um, it might look cool on the outside with the interesting like pier theming, but the inside is just, oh god, just a hell of turns and crappy laterals and uncomfortable restraints. Cannot be a fun ride. Rage at Adventure Island is the Gerstlauer little Eurofighter that's similar to like I read the layout. That's in the UK. Not much to say there. Cool looking ride though for sure. Sierra Sidewinder at Knott's Berry Farm. That is the who made that? Zamperla? Zamperla spinner? I want to say it's Zamperla. Or is it Intamin? I'm a big dumb. Or is it Mac? Wow, it could be anything. Tell me in the comments who made Sirius. I can't believe I don't remember that. Wow, I'm like really out of it, man. I'm not that in tune with the coaster community right now, being in college and being so busy. That's why these videos are coming out like once a month at this point. But yeah, Starflyer at Star City also opened this year. That is a Pinfari invert that actually are not that bad of rides. I know the one that derailed in Scotland at M&B's was actually a pretty good ride. Fortunately, that derailed and that had to close. Starflyer at Star City. Funny that Star City's on here because there was an arson attack on Star City recently, and like 2/3 or 3/4 of the park has burned to the ground. And but fortunately, not the Pinfari invert, so we're okay. So I guess there's a lot of stigma surrounding uh, these Pinfari inverts around crappy environments. I don't know what happened to these things. Um, Surf Rider at Wet and Wild Water World is that's at a water park in Australia. So we got two Australias today. That is the first ever Intamin surf rider. It's really very similar to an Intamin half pipe. I don't know exactly what the difference is. I'd imagine there's some kind of water effect. I haven't done my research there, but I know that it is similar to an Intamin half pipe, and it is there, and it is like 20 meters tall or long or something like that. Tobotronic at Naturelandia. Um, I really include Alpine coasters, but that is the world's longest Alpine coaster, which technically makes it the world's longest roller coaster if you count Alpine coasters in that. So it is much longer than Steel Dragon 2000. It's like 11,000 something feet. So that's like mega crazy long. I know it's in Andorra, the little tiny mountain country in between Spain and France. So that's pretty cool. Vlegend Hollander. I'm not thinking I'm crazy. I don't go ham with my pronunciations. That's at Efteling. That is a Kumba K. The same people who made T3's trains, they made a roller coaster, and it's very interesting. It's got like a splashdown and some really good looking theming as you can see there. But I don't know. I don't understand the ride very much. I'm sure the theming is very elaborate and cool, as is every ride at Efteling. But yeah, that's an interesting ride. Tell me more about these rides in the comments below if you care to. Also, Wicked at Lagoon opened this year, the last coaster I'm talking about from 2007. That is a custom in-house uh, little launch coaster. It launches up a vertical spike, and then you go down that vertical spike 90 degrees, and it does some interesting little inversions and sort of things with the layout, and it's kind of an interesting ride. I've heard like the coasters at Lagoon are all just so weird. There's so many coasters that look just like Gerstlauer's, but they aren't. But they ride like them, but they're not Gerstlauer. They're all in-house, and it's really interesting. Anyway, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Sorry about the lack of posts. I am going nuts here at college, man. So many essays. I've never had to do like any essays in high school, so these essays are just kicking my butt. But yeah, that's what's going on. I'll see you guys later.